UN Ethiopia Chief Catherine Sozi says her office aims to finalize internal investigation on the looting of humanitarian assistance in few weeks in June.
We, as the United Nations, are doing our own internal investigations, and we have set up an internal committee under my leadership. But I'm also glad to hear that the President here has also set up a task force to try and investigate, because we all want the same thing. At this moment in time, we're aiming to get it within the next few weeks in June, so that life continues for many of the people. But the concern, of course, is for the malnourished children. So the resources that are there will continue.
Catherine says food must be delivered to the needy. On Wednesday, Ethiopia's biggest humanitarian donor, USAID, and WFP issued statements saying they have come into decision to pause humanitarian delivery into Tigray until the end of their internal investigations. Tigray Interim Administration President Getachew Reda also criticized the level of cruelty to loot humanitarian aid and promised his government will ensure accountability.
Involvement in addressing the challenge, especially by taking action against culprits who are taking away food and non-food items from the needy and using it to line their pockets. This is probably the most irresponsible and heinous crime that one can possibly be charged with. And our administration is very serious about taking action against functionaries who have been involved in those activities, private sector, traders or merchants who have been involved in these activities. We have already set up a committee which is tasked with taking actions.
However, Getachew stressed on the need to reconsider the pause on humanitarian operations as it exacerbates the agony of the long-suffered women, children and the IDPs in the region.
But it also behooves the international community to take into account the fact that whatever action they are going to take is going to affect not people who have failed in their responsibility, but affect victims, children, IDPs, victims of gender-based violence who depend on badly needed humanitarian aid for survival.
On the statements on Wednesday, both WFP and USAID say they won't resume operations until they ensure the food is delivered to the intended recipients. UN Ethiopia Humanitarian Coordinator Catherine Sozi also reaffirms the statement.
But for us to get back on track, we need to ensure that the controls that we have in our system and that are on the government side as well are strict enough so that the food goes to the required beneficiaries.
On Wednesday, President of Tigray Interim Administration announced the establishment of a task force to scrutinize the allegation, while Tigray Early Response Office Director ገብረእግዚአብሔር Aragawi vowed there was no theft.